All right, let's talk about something that can literally change how you experience your life: reframing. And I want to be super clear right from the get-go. This is not about slapping a positive vibes only sticker on your pain and pretending it doesn't exist. Nope, we're going way, way deeper than that.
You know, there's the old way of doing things, right? The one most of us were probably taught. Just, ignore the pain, power through, and then wonder why you're still stuck in the same place. But reframing? It's the complete opposite. It's not about erasing the past. It's about expanding what it means for you, finding the lesson inside of it so you can actually heal forward.
So yeah, let's get into what this really means, because it is definitely not about positive vibes only. We are totally redefining reframing here. Okay, so what is reframing? At its core, it's a conscious choice. It's you deciding to look at what's happening through a lens that actually helps you heal, instead of the one that keeps you trapped in that same old story. It's all about taking back your power. And this is where it gets really interesting, because this isn't just some mental trick. We're talking about a genuine physical nervous system shift. It's about changing your entire internal state, moving from that feeling of, why is this happening to me, to a place where you can actually see how it might be happening for you. And it all kicks off with one single powerful question. This right here, this question is the key that unlocks everything. Just ask yourself, what if this isn't happening to me, but it's actually happening for me, for my growth, for my clarity, for the person I'm meant to become? See, it's a massive shift. You go from being a victim of your life to a student of your life. And that's the core of this whole nervous system thing. We hear a lot about manifestation, right? And we often think it's just about wishing for things really, really hard. But the truth is, you manifest from your state, not your wishes. Your external world is almost always a mirror of what's going on inside you. Think about it like this. If your body is always stuck in survival mode, that fight or flight feeling, it actually starts to recognize chaos as, well, normal. It's familiar. So what does it do? It subconsciously seeks out and pulls in more chaos, just because that's the energy it's used to.
Or here's another one. When you're in that state of hypervigilance, your brain is basically a heat-seeking missile for danger. It's constantly scanning for threats. And let me tell you, when you're looking for danger, you are absolutely going to find it, even when it's not really there. And it's the exact same thing with the fear of abandonment. If that's the state you're operating from, you will interpret the most neutral things as rejection. You get a one-word text that just says, okay, and your brain immediately translates it to, they hate me. Your internal state is literally building the world you experience.
Okay, so let's take this out of the abstract and apply it to something we've probably all dealt with: relationships. We're going to talk about the relationship mirror and how you can turn even the worst heartbreak into incredibly valuable information.
Now, this idea is a total game changer. What if that really painful relationship wasn't just, a bad experience? What if it was actually a mirror? And not a mirror to show you who to blame, but a mirror reflecting back the parts of you that are calling out for your attention. So here's the first powerful reframe. It didn't break me, it revealed me. It revealed the part of you that maybe tolerated a little too much, or the part of you that took responsibility for someone else's mess. And listen, that's not weakness. That is crucial information you can now use to heal. And this next one, this one is so important. It's about swapping out all that self-blame for some much-needed compassion. You weren't weak. You were loyal to the idea of them, to the version you needed them to be. That's not a flaw, that's just a deeply human need for connection. You can honor that part of yourself without beating yourself up for it.
And finally, let's flip the script from punishment to protection. What if that horrible ending wasn't the universe punishing you at all? What if it was actually redirecting you? What if it was closing a door that was keeping you small so a much bigger, better one could open up? Okay, so we've got the big ideas down. Now let's get super practical. We're talking about your personal healing questions. This isn't just fluffy theory. This is a real toolkit you can pull out anytime you feel that overwhelm start to creep in. And before we dive in, you got to remember this. Those patterns in your life, they show up again and again until you finally respond differently. So if you keep finding yourself in the same painful situation, it is not a curse. It's a cosmic invitation to learn the lesson and finally choose a new way forward. All right, here it is, your toolkit. Next time you're in it, next time you're hurting, just pause, take a breath, and ask yourself these 4 questions. Number 1, what is this trying to show me about myself?
Number 2, if I take a step out of that victim headspace, what else could this possibly mean? 3, if this were happening for me, what's the lesson? And 4, my favorite, what version of me is this preparing me for?
Okay, you ready to try this for real? Let's do it right now. I want you to think of one situation in your life that just feels heavy. Got it? Don't dwell on it, just hold it gently in your mind. Now, we're going to try on a few reframes like they're jackets, and you just see which one fits.
Okay, here's reframe A, from control to clarity. How does this feel? This isn't something I'm losing. This is clarity I've gained. Instead of focusing on losing control, you're focusing on gaining the priceless gift of clarity. Clarity on what's for you and what isn't. All right, maybe that one didn't quite fit. Let's try reframe B, from pain to pattern. This is not random. This is an old wound resurfacing so I can finally transform it. Does that resonate? That feeling that this pain is so familiar because it is. It's not some random new thing. It's an old story coming up for its final chapter, so you can finally write the ending.
Okay, one more. Reframe C, from fear to future self. The version of me I am becoming cannot live inside the dynamics I'm leaving. This one sees the pain as a sign of evolution. You're outgrowing your old life. The person you're becoming simply can't fit in that old container anymore. It's not destruction, my friend. It's just growing pains.
And that's really what this all comes down to, you know? Reframing is not about pretending or lying to yourself. It is about reclaiming your sovereign power. It's about remembering that you are the one who gets to decide what the story of your life means. And you can choose to tell a story that supports your healing, not one that keeps you trapped in fear.
So I'm going to leave you with this. The whole point of this work, the goal, is to be able to look back at the things you were so sure would break you and to say with every cell in your body, with absolute conviction, that didn't destroy me. That transformed me.